Last time on Sword Coast Adventures, you passed the time from day 44 of summer 1491. Uh, 30 weeks passed, and we ended on day 72 of winter. I keep wanting to say 19. 1492. Let's see. Harbeck researched about demons, did some religious service, and worked as a combat instructor. Ruckus tried to learn the language of the fairies known as Sylvan and wasn't able to finish, but got close to. Axbeak, training his Axbeak, and he worked as a ranger. Icy trained with some local druids, listened for rumors, and worked as a brewer, brewing beer. And generally pretty successful. You mostly paid off your living expenses, and let's see, got a little bit of profit on your work, but a lot of that had to be spent on your side activities, such as training and so on. They had expenses for those, which we dealt with after the session. And now, it is, yeah, day 73, 1492. A few things have happened while you guys were passing the time that I'll let you know about. You guys had inquired about a couple things. There was one thing that was mentioned before, and Icy was talking about doing. And so I'll tell you the result of that, which is she was asking about the Dimitru residence. What was going on with it? So over the time that passed, you guys were in talks with Neverember, and um, he actually said he was having the house restored, and that he was planning to use it with the coalition that they were forming. So, Neverember got in contact with the Church of Tyr and the Emerald Enclave, and they have created a kind of secret coalition, which they have named Blizzard. It's the name of their group.
Blizzard?
Yeah, Blizzard.
Oh, you said lizard.
No, Blizzard. Um, if you're curious, it's because it's like a natural disaster, which is related to the Emerald Enclave protecting nature. Something that people would think of as an act of God for the Church of Tyr, and also that it's something about winter or cold. So it's kind of a combination of those ideas. So they came out with this name for their coalition, which is Blizzard.
It's the Enclave, the Church of Tyr, and
Neverwinter.
Never.
Yeah, under Neverember.
Yeah.
Just him or anybody else with him?
Well, his people.
Yeah, his group.
What are they called?
It's just Neverember's.
The Guard?
Well, I would just
The
call it
Guard?
Neverwinter City, basically.
Do they have a
Not
council?
specifically the Neverwinter Guard, actually.
Do they have a council or anything?
Okay, so they what Neverember has told you guys is that he's gonna make the house be basically a meeting place for Blizzard, and also kind of a dormitory where agents of the coalition can stay. And we're gonna start off the session where you guys are having a meeting there.
Okay.
So they've restored the house, and they cleared out the wine cellar and sold off most of the wine and stuff to pay for expenses and things. So now there's a meeting room down in the basement. And you all are given keys to the house. They've changed the
Ugh.
locks. And so you're meeting with them and talking about stuff that you've learned. So I'm gonna tell you guys about your research and stuff that you got during the time skip. So Harvick learned about demons and about Grast. So um, you guys are having this meeting downstairs in the Blizzard headquarters, and so I would guess Harvick would probably share this information with at least Rokus and Icy. Would you want to share it with everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So you've researched demons and Grast. So I actually emailed you a long thing of text.
Yes.
It's stuff I got from the monster manual and what's it? Another one of the official books. So it's like basically um 3 sections that are related about demons and the demon lords, and then 2 sections specifically about Grast.
Right. I
Um,
got it.
yeah, I'm not gonna read it all, but so the demon section is focusing on demonic possession, uh, reward for outsiders, and power and control. Those are the sections I sent. Um, I don't know. Would you guys like me to read through it, or I can try to just give
Okay.
a quick
I can.
synopsis?
A synopsis was okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'll copy it and send it to him when we
I
get done.
think I emailed it to all 3 of you, so you can see it.
Everyone can
Email
see
it.
it.
Yeah, I sent it by email. You all can read it on your free time.
Just do
Okay.
it.
I did it this morning for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't checked my emails yet.
It's okay. It's not like pressing that you look through it all now.
Okay.
Let's see. Basically, he learned that demons can possess things. Um, a lot of like powerful beings can become demons by entering the abyss and basically taking over a section of it. Can kind of become a demon lord. So one example of that was Loth, the dark elf god of spiders, who you've heard about before. She was originally an elven goddess, but she was cast out and she entered the abyss and took over a section of it. And there's a part about the demon lords powers. They can kind of, when they're in the abyss, they can kind of warp it to their tastes. And it says that as with other demons, a demon lord that dies on another plane and has its essence returned to the abyss, where it reforms into a new body. So Harvick kind of knew this generally about devils and demons, that when you kill them, they they don't they don't actually die. They just return to the place where they came from. Uh, the only way to kill them permanently is to enter the nine hells or the abyss and fight them there.
Now it says here though that if they keep part of their essence somewhere else, that we wouldn't even be able to kill them that way, would we?
Um. Yeah, that's true. Likewise, a demon lord that dies in the abyss is permanently destroyed. Most demon lords keep a portion of their essence safely stored away to prevent such a fate. But yeah, if you were able to find the hidden part of themselves, you could also destroy
That would be
that.
but that would be on a different plane, right?
That would still have to be in the abyss, I think.
We're not going there, so don't waste time talking about it.
Okay.
You're definitely not going there today, unless something
Okay.
crazy happens.
Okay.
Um, and then there's two parts about Grost. It's about his like personality and his layer in the abyss. So, personality is basically he's kind of the epitome of no boundaries. So anything he thinks is pleasurable or he likes, he will just do it until he's satisfied, and he doesn't care about the consequences. And
Who's that?
this is the demon lord Grotst.
Okay.
And specifically about his description, it says that he has 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, which sounds to Harbeck like the hand that you guys discovered.
He's only got one arm.
Well, you saw a hand. That's all we can say.
Okay.
Pack of digits.
And yeah, I think that's enough about that. You guys can look through it later.
Okay. I have a couple questions about that. I'm looking at, you actually sent it to me, so I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay, I have two questions. Question one is, if he takes on another form, does he still have to have 6 fingers and 6 toes?
You're not sure about that.
Okay. And if I were to cast the divine sense on something that I thought might be him, would he have the ability to overcome it? So I'd get a negative when it's really positive?
You're also not sure about that, but you do know that your detect what is it? Your divine sense would normally yeah, if something transformed in a normal situation, then yeah, you would be able to tell that it's actually a fiend. You don't know if Grotz has some kind of higher power that can block something like that or not.
Okay. And if I did cast that, would the entity know that the spell had been cast on it?
I don't think that that would be in the spell description. I don't think it is in that particular thing. I don't think they know when you're doing it.
Okay.
Unlike Zone of Truth. Okay. Cool. So Harbeck shares with you his the results of his research, and also in the future, if you come across something that is fiendish in origin, I'll give you advantage or some kind of bonus in your rolls to to investigate that kind of thing. Let's see if you've researched it. Okay, and then I see she spent a lot of time chatting around looking for rumors, and because of her role last time, she got just one rumor, but because she spent a lot of time working on it, this is not just a regular old rumor. This is something she's definitely sure is true, and it's a significant thing. So let me tell you what happened. At one point during the time skip when she was working at the Bard's Tale, she met an interesting character. Let's see. Okay, so Icy learned one thing about the ATC. She met a disgruntled wizard of the ATC named Sid Galewind. He's a male half-elf. He was visiting family in Neverwinter, and one night while he was drunk, he started chatting with Icy about his Magitech experience. He had been working with the lead of ATC's arcane R&D, Xanaphia Donadel. She's one of the higher level wizards. Higher level wizards, as well as Xanaphia herself, have been enchanting objects with spells and using multiple smaller enchantments and have been able to create physical controls and user interfaces that allow normal civilians to operate them. So he was describing things like basically vehicles. Um, they would enchant and they would create something out of metal or wood and enchant it with a spell, such as fly. And normally, a powerful wizard could create something like a flying carpet. Um, but the difficulty is operating such a thing when you're not a magic user. So they have been trying to kind of lower the expenses of enchanting things, but also creating like physical tools that a normal person could use that would trigger smaller magical spells, which would control the way that it interfaces with the object which is enchanted. So basically, it's like lots of micro enchantments. So when you push forward on this button or stick, um, the enchantment gets a signal saying that it should move forward, instead of what normally happens with magic is the wizard would, cast some runes or speak a magic word that would control such a thing. So, this guy says that Xanathia is super arrogant and a pain in the ass to work with. So he starts complaining about it, which gets him into a big rant about how everything works. And Icy is able to coax a bunch of information out of him. And by the end, they actually make friends, and he tells her about where he lives in Waterdeep and says that if she wants to, if she's ever in Waterdeep, she can pay him a visit.
He's a half elf. How about Zamvina? What is she?
I believe she's a sun elf. Yeah, that's correct.
Now, and Waterdeep has now been closed, correct?
Uh, in what way?
That they're not allowing people in? Didn't you say something about that?
Uh, I think you're thinking about they were the Lord Justicar in the Church of Tyr was telling you that they're not allowing basically religious
Okay.
activities within the city.
Okay, so would they allow some, are they allowing religious people in? And I guess is my question.
Um, basically, yeah, you can religious people like a paladin or something can enter the city, but there is no temple or there's no presence of the Church of Tyr as an organization
Okay.
within the city.
Is that just Tyr or
and
all religions?
all.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the information that you guys have to offer, basically. The session today starts where you guys are having the first meeting of Blizzard, a coalition of the Emerald Enclave, Church of Tyr, and the city of Neverwinter. So the members in each group are the leaders, the representatives, and the agents. So the leaders don't actually attend the meetings. They're kind of trying to keep themselves distanced a bit. The representatives are the ones who are here to represent them. So the representative of the Church of Tyr is Harvick. So basically, you're in control of the decisions made for the Church of Tyr at the meetings, but you still answer to the Lord Justicar if there's something that's that you're not comfortable with making a decision on, or something like that.
Something about his pay grade.
Yeah. And under you, currently, you have Priest Harold, who you're familiar with. He
Right.
has been assigned to you.
Lucky Harold.
Emerald Enclave, the leader is Faxina Tris Moira, who you haven't met yet. She's still out ranging. She's expected to be back within the next 3 or 4 weeks. But the representative for that is Aaron Eulid, who you have met, and agents are Rokus, IC, and Rokus's friend Lorgan. So he's attending.
Right.
He's attending the meeting.
So now you said they're trying to keep. Do IC and Rokus want to be in there because you were saying they're trying to keep agents secret or something? So does IC and Rokus still?
It's not agents. It's the heads.
Yeah, it's the
leaders.
The leaders of the. They don't want to have like a direct connection to the main groups.
Okay, but for the agents don't have to stay. Aren't not trying to stay undercover or anything.
Think we would be.
I think you're trying. Yeah, you are trying to keep it.
I guess my big question is: Do we want Rokus? Do Rokus and IC want to attend the meeting?
Yeah.
Do they want me to attend the meeting?
They're supposed to attend the meeting.
Okay, that's what I wasn't quite sure about.
Yeah.
We're there.
So basically, I would say within Neverwinter, you guys aren't too worried about keeping things undercover because you're within Neverwinter, Lord Neverember's place. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, you obviously don't want, the main thing is you don't want the ATC to link you guys to those groups.
Right.
So yeah, within Neverwinter, ATC doesn't have a strong presence, so you're not too concerned about it. People are meeting in this house, and so yeah, you guys might want to keep it do things a bit covertly, but in general, you're in friendly territory here.
Okay.
I would say that we'd want to be pretty on the sly because we don't want somebody reporting back.
Right.
ATC, somebody's gonna just figure out that they would want to know that. I would say that we should be really careful.
Okay.
We could also have it as like a private club where we just drink and play cards and things like that, and then you have to be invited to join, and that way I could use my cover of my covers, selling beer, and the fact that I was a waitress at the Bardstale, I could be the waitress, and it could just sort of be a gentleman's club where you get together to drink and play cards and things like that. That could be our cover.
Yeah, that's fine. Basically, within as you go forward, you guys can make your decisions on how careful you are about doing things. But just as from the DM's point of view, I'm just saying you guys have this house where you can meet. You guys know there's a front door and a back door, and people know you guys around town. They know you're affiliated with each other, kind of. So there's not a big secret about that you guys all know each other and everything. But the thing that's a secret is that you guys are kind of together to protect yourselves from ATC and investigate them, which is not something that people would know. And I don't think that people would automatically be suspicious of you guys like meeting together. That you're gonna, they wouldn't know what you're gonna be talking about. So especially within Neverwinter, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But it's up to you guys how you proceed. But we'll say today you're having this meeting there. You're already down in the basement. Everyone has arrived, and everyone has entered at different times and been relatively careful about not explaining to anyone why they're going, and basically trying to keep it stealthy so people aren't suspicious. But I didn't finish exactly. We have the third group, which is the city of Neverwinter. The leader is Neverember, and his representative is Captain Lucas Adamos, who is actually the leader of his personal household guard, not the city guard. And the agents from Neverwinter are Callista Chloros is just another guard from his household, and a worker who's being paid by Neverwinter Lord Neverember, the housekeeper, Patty. She's gonna take care of the house when no one's around.
She live in the house?
Yeah. She'll live in the servants area.
What was the
names are all in the Discord if you want to look at them.
Oh, okay, got it.
But all these people, all the representatives and agents are at this meeting. The leaders are not. Lucas Adamos, as you guys arrive for the meeting and you guys get ready to talk, he kind of takes control of the meeting a bit, and he says, "All right, let's begin our meeting. I have a few points of order that I want to discuss, and you guys can put forth whatever you want to talk about. First, I want to introduce everyone to each other." And so he goes around and does the introductions as basically I have just done. And he says, the first thing I wanted to discuss is any information that has been gathered recently on the ATC. Then I think we can go over what resources we have available to us, and then we can discuss the situation in Torley. So first, does anyone have any information on the ATC that they've gathered recently?
Icy will tell him the rumor that she got from Sid.
Okay.
The information she got from Sid.
Great. Okay, so Icy goes on and explains about Sid's information about the Magitech enchantments. So everyone says, that sounds dangerous. I have heard that they're going to be having an expo. They're supposed to be having an exposition of some of their new products here. Lord Neverember has denied them entrance to the city, but he has allowed them to set up outside the city walls. So they will be having a kind of an event on the first day of spring in about 2 weeks and 5 days.
Wait a minute. Who's having this?
The ATC.
The ATC.
Yep. Are putting on an expo outside of the city.
Okay. And that's going to be where the festivities are taking place?
Yeah, outside the city, near the kind of between the two southern gates.
Okay. Are any other religions or something like that involved? Because it's strictly just the city.
It's not. Well, it's just the company, the ATC, is bringing a bunch of stuff up and setting up an expo for people to come look at their products.
Okay, is anybody...
Neverwinter Guard will be guarding the walls and everything. But no other organizations are involved in the expo.
Okay. Everything in the expo, all the booths and things like that are ATC booths.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, anything else?
Well, do you have any info to add to that?
Let me see. Yeah, you guys don't have any other information really to share.
So now we have to talk about our resources.
Yeah. So Aaron Ewood says that they have got some sending stones ordered. They have provided some to Torley, or one sending stone to Torley, so that they can call for help. But they have actually brought one for you guys as well. So this will be between Ruckus and Icy. You guys are presented with a sending stone, which you can use to contact Aaron with anytime you need to
Okay.
get information to the Emerald Enclave.
Um,
I think I'll take it and I'll put it in that magic backpack.
That's fine. And they have one that they've given to the guys in Torley.
can have they? I can't think of his name. Birchwood, ever? Have they actually talked to him and made a deal with him yet?
Yeah. So I was gonna discuss that later, but can talk about it now. Birchwood wasn't up for it, but another member of the town has decided to become the official town master. So that will be Adrin Hedera.
And his name is Birchbow, fellas.
Okay.
Yeah, Birchville. That's right. Did I say? I think I might have said it wrong too.
Well, yeah. Okay, so Adrian, who now?
Adrin Hedera is gonna be the town master of Torley, and he has been given a guest passport to Neverwinter, so he can come and go from the city
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
So the deal has been set. That Torley is now within the realm of Neverwinter. It's officially part of Neverwinter.
Is it an official reserve or something like that?
That's right. They don't need to pay taxes. They've made a deal with the fruit and everything, as you guys had suggested.
Okay.
Also, the representative from Neverwinter, Lucas Adamos, he says that once Lord Neverember, he went to the Lord's Alliance to submit the claim to the land, and it went through, but that the ATC had contacted him asking to use the land, and that he denied them. But yeah, they were still asking to purchase the land from him now. They said they wanted to set up a research facility there. And so Lucas Adamos, back to the resources, he is explaining that Lord Neverember has basically paid for the wizards of Neverwinter to create a teleportation circle within a building in the river district called the Cloak Tower, which is on the eastern side of the city. And it hasn't come up before, but it was originally a tower that was built by some wizards like hundreds of years ago, who ended up being kind of like a evil group who kind of secretly ruled Neverwinter for a time. But the building had been restored, and in an attempt to get the favor of the wizards of Neverwinter, Neverember granted it to them to be a place for them to share their information and conduct studies at, in the hopes that they would basically work for him. And so one of the things that he has commissioned is this teleportation circle. So a wizard who knows the teleportation circle spell can teleport you guys or anyone to the circle from anywhere in the world.
And they can teleport us to the circle.
That's right.
What about from the circle? What about from the circle?
From the circle to another circle can be done, but
Okay.
not from the circle to some random place. You can't
Okay,
just
but
go
from
there
a-
and say, I want to go to this place in the middle of a field or something.
Right, but they can pluck us out of a field, in the
That's
middle of
right.
a field if necessary.
How would
The
they-
wizard would have to be with you guys to. They can't just pluck you out with the. They can't use the teleportation circle to get you. But if you are somewhere, anywhere in the world with someone who can cast a spell, they can send you to the circle.
Okay.
Could they give us the spell so if they weren't there, we could use it?
None of you can cast that kind of spell.
You need to be a wizard.
Yeah, it's. I can't. I don't think. Yeah, I think even spell scrolls and stuff cannot do that. There might be some possibility of creating a magic item that could do it automatically, but you don't have access to that at the moment. But let's see. Lucas Adamos, he passes out to all the agents a little piece of metal that has stamped into it some runes, and that he says that if you show this to a wizard, they will be able to send you to the circle.
It's a stone?
It's a piece of metal.
Okay.
It's got
It's like
runes
a-
stamped into it.
Like a charm kind of thing.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
if a
we-
wizard looks at it, they can call out the basically the access code to the teleportation circle.
Okay.
Magic backpack as well?
You want to put it in the backpack?
So he-
You said?
Yeah, and then that magic backpack.
Okay, do we each have one, or just, we
Yeah,
each
he
have
gave
one, or
you
is it
each
just
one.
one?
He gave you each one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You each
good.
have one.
Keep it in your pocket.
Okay.
I'm hanging mine around my neck
All right,
on a strings.
that's fine. You can do that.
It's a metal that's green or it has green stones. I couldn't quite hear it all.
Oh, there was no green. It's just metal.
Okay, I don't know where I heard green.
I don't know either. Okay, I think that's all the information that the representatives have to share with you guys. So is there anything else you guys wanted to discuss? Any concerns?
Not with the group. Unless, let's see. Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to make a motion just to make things a little bit easier, I think, that Captain Lucas, when we have formal meetings, Capus Lucas be the chairman, run it.
Okay. He's happy to take on that role.
And the reason I'm doing that is it would probably be easiest to him with the guards and such to be able to let people know that they need to have a meeting. It's my reason for doing him.
Okay. And yeah, you're also one of the representatives, so you can call a meeting if you want to.
Um, and my idea of how to keep this secret is to maybe call this a gentleman's club, and the only way you can join it is by invitation. And I can brew my sassy swill here and serve it, and we can say that we're getting together for cards, and maybe we could have like
How are you going to get Rokas in?
one. Why?
I got it.
Well, we have Callista too, so it won't be a gentleman's club. It's going to be a.
But I'm just using
Well, I
the
don't
term.
think
Gentle
she's
Where we
saying
get together and
gentlemen
have,
as in they are actually gentlemen, but I got.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or okay, we'll just call it uh, the the human. We'll just call it
You're not
our club.
humans. Got
yeah.
dwarves and elves.
Yeah.
The taste test.
A citizens club.
Okay, or the taste testers, whatever we. And if we sort of met on a regular basis, like if we had a certain, like say we met on Tuesdays and Fridays or something, um,
Okay, so
just to pass
there's
back in.
they agree with your idea for if anyone asks why you're coming to the house, that they can say stuff like that, like they're having you guys just have a club here and you're gonna play cards or taste some beer and stuff. But the a lot of the agents and everyone are gonna be out of Neverwinter on business for a lot of the time. Um, and they're hoping to have you send you guys out in the future once they have some leads for things to investigate.
Yeah.
That you're not gonna be spending all your time in Neverwinter going forward.
Being
Okay.
sort of a guard, he's probably going to stay in Neverwinter, and Patty will always be at the house because she's the housekeeper. So
Right,
those
that's
are
right.
sort of two people who will be around, so we could use them as
Well, you
sort
can
of
get
like the center where they message out from there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if Patty's dependable, that way we can, send, leave messages and things like that. People can go back and forth and get them without necessarily actually being in contact with each other.
Yeah.
She's the
So
housekeeper for Lord Neverember, so like she's cleaning both places, so she's also the go between there as well. So I
um,
think
well, she actually is assigned to that house. So she's not in charge of Neverember's house as well. But
she
yeah,
could go there for supplies.
she's not only a maid, she is gonna be basically you guys' secretary and stuff. So yeah, what you guys are suggesting, she's gonna kind of
To
double
be the con.
as that kind of contact, someone who's always around. And she will be able to contact others if it's necessary. So that's right. She's
Okay.
her kind of disguise is that she's merely a maid, but actually she is the maid, but she's also the secretary and get in contact with everyone.
And
Okay.
that way, yeah, like if she needed like a supply, she could go to Never Embers to maybe go get some cleaning supplies. She can go around the city getting supplies. The fact that we're going to be doing taste testing and stuff like that, she could be going around and maybe going to the different. Somebody may want a certain beer they want to try, and she can sort of go around and maybe she can even hear rumors and stuff. Like she's a double agent. I mean, not a double agent. She's our agent.
Yeah, I think she's gonna spend most of her time staying at the house though.
Okay.
But yeah, if you come here, she can cook for you guys and
Okay,
clean up,
now
and all that.
okay, now with that stone, we can only have contact with Torley, or is there anyone else that we can contact?
Uh, you don't have one to contact Torley. Aaron is gonna be in charge of that. So Aaron has a stone that contacts Torley, and he has a stone that contacts with you guys.
Okay, so we can so the only person we can contact is Aaron.
That's right.
Okay.
Sending stone, you can basically just send, I believe it's just a message and reply in a day. That's all you can do. It's pretty limited.
One a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the spell sending is something that a lot of magic users know. So if you meet with a wizard or some other magic user, they might be able to do a sending spell for you. Depends on the situation.
Okay, now is Icy the only one, or could any one of us three use it?
Anyone can use it.
Okay.
Just holding on to it.
Right.
So Aaron has a sending stone.
Yeah.
Right.
The sending stones are in pairs. They work in pairs only.
Okay.
One stone always goes to the other stone.
Gotcha.
Right.
Aaron has a different stone to do Torley.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you guys know that they have a sending stone for sale at one of the magic shops if you wanted to get one for yourselves to do something with.
Would that be a pair?
Yeah, it would be a pair.
Okay.
You have seen that for sale before.
Which shop?
Not sure, but I could look it up for you later if you want to go.
Okay.
Looking. Okay. Any other problems or concerns?
Not at the moment.
So Aaron says that Faxina is supposed to be in town around the start of spring. So around when the ATC's Expo is gonna happen. So they're hoping that she'll have some information or a mission or something to send you guys out to investigate.
This is the Emerald City person, right?
Emerald Enclave. Yeah.
Emerald Enclave, yeah.
One of the leaders. She has specifically been scouting out ATC stuff for a while now.
Okay, so we should probably wait for her to come back before we leave Neverember then.
Yeah,
Neverwinter.
Yeah. I also mix those up all the time, so I can't laugh at you too much.
So, how about the three of us go to the Bard's Tale and have a corn fab, unless they have something else they want to bring up in the meeting?
Or we can just stay here and talk once they leave.
Either way.
Yeah, you guys have access to this place now, so you can stay here if you want.
And you said there was lodging here too. Do we want to spend stop paying hotel rooms and stay here?
Yeah, well, so yeah, if you guys, I guess the meeting is adjourned, so most everybody leaves. Lorgan says he wants to get some rest, so he's gonna go upstairs and sit around in the living room. Do you guys want to check out the house?
Sure.
Okay, so the housekeeper Patty, she kind of takes you around on a little tour. Okay, so downstairs where the wine cellar was before is now a big meeting room. The storage closet is still a storage closet. And up in the living room, the first floor is pretty much the same. Just a living room, a dining room, kitchen, washroom. The upstairs, there is the master bedroom, the guest bedroom, a study, a dressing room, and the bath. So she shows you there. They've put a bunch of beds in the master bedroom. The guest bedroom has uh, they've actually changed the guest bedroom into the kind of the fancier room. In expectation that Harbeck might want to stay there. Uh, so the master bedroom and the
Okay.
dressing room actually have smaller beds and some cots and things. So there's enough for a big group of people to stay here if they want to. But the guest bedroom is actually relatively nice. And the study has materials for you guys to do any kind of paperwork or something that you might want to do. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not too much different from before. But yeah, the building itself is a nice building. Harbeck, I would think that it's not super fancy. Like, um, it's not like the Lake District wealthy level, but it's nothing to scoff at. So you wouldn't think that it would hurt your reputation or anything staying here. But it's up to you.
How much does a servant cost per day? How much does a servant cost per day?
You talking about Patty?
No,
What do you
Got
mean?
in
Harold.
excess of Patty.
You got Harold. What the fuck do you need with a servant?
Harold's a
Another
priest.
servant?
Harold's a priest. He's not a servant. You
If you
low
want to
life.
Wipe your
find
own-
your own
You don't know the difference
personal,
between a priest
You can
Yeah,
wipe
a
your
valet.
own ass for a change.
ballet.
yes, there it is possible for you to find your own personal servant, but
The two
I
coppers a
think
day was what they were doing at the. I think it was 2 coppers a day is what they were doing at the. What was it? The driftwood, if I
I
remember correctly.
I believe the problem is that the the issue of security.
Yeah.
Um, Patty can help you with any needs you have within the house. If you need a valet or a butler or maid to do anything within the house, she can do all that stuff for you. If you need someone to follow you around outside, that would be a different situation. But I think
Okay, I can use.
you would understand after the meeting that you're not meant to bring in outside people to the house.
He needs a royal butt wiper.
If you do wanna like go out of your way to hire someone that you think is uncorruptible, someone that you think is safe to have in
I
on
can.
the organization, that you could do that.
Okay, well, I can cast my tell the truth spell, whatever that. I can't remember what it is now.
Zone of
Zone
truth.
of truth.
Yeah, I can do that to make sure that they're loyal and everything.
Okay, you could do an interview like that. But yeah, they would kind of have to join Blizzard.
Okay. Well, I would go to Neverember and ask him for a reference then.
Okay. We can do that. Well, I kind of want to do a little bit of time skip, so that can be part of it. So you guys had mentioned you wanted to talk somewhere. Do you want to do it here or what?
Yeah, we can do it here.
Okay, you can go
Yeah,
back to the
really.
meeting room in the basement. It's open, so.
Okay.
And Patty asks if you guys need any food or drink while you're having your meeting.
Oh,
Yeah, we
we're-
probably might as well stoke up, have a meal.
Okay.
We're always having to do that.
All right. So they bring
Now-
you a meal and some ale.
Okay, now is Neverember paying for this, or do we need to pay for it?
Neverember is paying for it.
Okay.
Also, I guess prior to this, you guys have basically signed an agreement that this house is like kind of leased to your group. None of you actually own it. It's still under
Right.
his property, and as long as you guys are agreeing to work for Blizzard, that you can use the house as you please.
Okay. Okay, now I have a couple questions to ask Brocus. Is that when he was sneaking into I can't Lazarus, whatever his name is. I have to keep bouncing back and forth to get names
Talking
here.
about Seraphim?
Yeah. When he was sneaking around Zerathim's thing on there, when he had that sword by him that you were talking about, maybe tossing out the window.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get a good look at it?
I think I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Did it have was it a wavy razor edge blade?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Because
Wasn't it? That's how I remembered it.
We had a drawing.
Yeah. It was a big wavy blade. That's
what I
what
was
remember.
thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Did you get a chance to look at his, or can you remember when you were looking at his hands, if he had 6 fingers?
That I don't remember.
Okay, so you guys didn't try to look at it at the time, so this will have to be you trying to recall the information. So, Ruckus, do a
History check.
Yeah, I guess.
Nat 20.
Okay, yeah, you remember that he had 5 fingers.
Okay.
Now the information I got. Now I'll send this to you guys later on. But one of the things we have about Gratz is that he wields the great sword Andrelev, I guess is how it's pronounced. Also called Wave of Sorrow. It's wavy, razor edge blade dripping acid at his command.
This one
The
had
fact,
like a sawback on it.
yeah, and remember it says Gratz is, likes to indulge himself, which certainly he was doing, and it also says he's really big, which also that guy is. So I think there's a fairly good chance that we're looking at Gratz there.
Okay.
I'll send you all the information on there, but I think that may be the case.
Okay.
So that's something to keep in mind. We don't know for sure yet if he'd had 6 fingers, but may be able to not have to do that. He hasn't got one arm either, so.
One hand, yeah.
Yeah, but it does say that they're capable of entering other bodies, basically.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So I think that there's a reasonable chance that's who we're dealing with. I don't know for sure.
How do you spell the name?
Of the demon. GRAZ''ZT.
Yeah, I didn't. That was too quick for me, but oh well.
I'll type
Say
it
it
out.
again.
I'll type it out.
Okay.
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 I have so much shit now. I need to reorganize it.
Well,
so I can
think
find
about
it
how
fast.
much information I have.
Yeah. You've been known to take a while to.
Yeah.
There we go.
I have at least 11 documents now.
So, it's the names and things that I got to bounce around and try to find. I need to figure out a way to. I got so many names now. I have to go through the whole list. Okay, this is the one that's the demon or the whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
I
I
have
can't
pages
help you
too.
too much with that. I gotta fill out a whole world with people, so I gotta give them
I
names.
yes, I agree. It's
We're gonna.
a necessary evil.
Yes, yes. Okay, so
Okay,
Harvick has told you about his suspicions and ideas there.
right.
Well, he's now in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
That seems like a likely place for us to end up going to.
All right. I would. Yeah, but I'd like to wait until I agree with you, but I think we should wait until Faxina gets back. We can talk to her before we go anywhere, and also that would give Dumbo a time to maybe we could find a tutor or buy a text so he can uh, finish learning how to speak fairy. Whatever
Okay.
the.
I think we have some more downtime.
Yeah,
coming.
once you finish this discussion here at the house, we're gonna skip forward a little bit, and we can deal with that.
Okay, is that going to cost us money?
Yes.
Maybe buying him a text or something?
It's just gonna cost you extra for the extra weeks.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys ready to head forward in time a bit?
Yeah, but let me know how much money so I can keep the bank straight.
Okay.
Well,
So
won't know till we see how we do.
right. Well, kind of. Anyway, so basically in the book for learning a language, it's quite simple. It just says it takes you 10 weeks at 25 gold a week. There's not actually meant to be any roll to see how well you do on studying. It was just the complications roll. So because Ruckus rolled badly on the complications, he ended up having to do 2 more weeks of training, which just equals 50 gold more. So that's what you
I
spend
thought you
on.
said 10 weeks. You said 10 weeks.
Yeah, 10 weeks
But
is
there's
the
only two
normal
more
amount
of
of
that.
time.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So, okay,
So because he messed up, it took him 12 weeks instead.
right. Yeah, he's pretty stupid. We expected that.
Well, you've been sponging off of the
I
money
got
the whole
hurt.
time, sitting on your ass instead of
I
going out
got hurt.
and
I got
learning,
honorably hurt.
earning some money like the rest of us.
Uh,
So I don't want to hear any bullshit
Brewing.
about the
And
extra
I'm still
money.
brewing my beer and selling it,
Yeah.
so we still have that income coming in.
I brought in 242 gold. You
yeah, but only eight of it made it to the bank.
well, you sat on your dwarf ass.
Honorably.
The housekeeper Patty is like getting your glasses, and she's like, oh my, as you guys are arguing.
They argue all the time, Patty.
Oh.
It's just the way they communicate.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, let's skip forward a little bit. So Ruckus, as long as you're willing to spend 50 gold, you can finish learning Sylvan.
I'll take it out. I'll take it out of the bank.
Okay, and you guys are staying at the house with your room and board paid for, so we don't need to deal with that for the
But
next.
94 gold and put it in the bank?
If
how much does it?
sorry, say
I'll
that
take.
again, Harvick.
I'll take 50. I'll take 50 out of the bank for Rokus's education. And how much does a valet cost per day? I was thinking 2 coppers a day, but you can email me on that. Don't have to spend a whole lot of time looking for it.
I think I almost got it here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here it is. Hireling skilled and untrained are 2 different ones. A skilled hireling is 2 gold a day.
2 gold a day.
I think a professional valet would be skilled level, so that'd be 2
Can't you
gold a
wipe
day.
your own ass for a few weeks?
Nope. Okay.
What comes out of your pot, not ours?
Okay. Now another. Okay, so it's 2 gold per day. Okay.
Yep, 2 gold a day for that kind of service. So the next couple weeks, if you want to have someone just following you around, that would be.
No, not following me around. No, no. I just want a housekeeper.
You
So-
have one provided.
I don't have my own housekeeper.
Jesus Christ.
How much for just a regular housekeeper? Trained.
You can't have a housekeeper in the house.
I'm
Anyways,
lowering myself to.
Then go stay at the fucking driftwood, asshole.
How much is unskilled?
Anyways, they
I don't
have
know
to
if you
be
can
outside
find
of it.
someone who's unskilled who can do that
Okay.
kind of job.
Okay.
Hard
Can I?
suggestion. Can I
can
make
I
a
short
suggestion?
sheet his-
Can I finish talking, Harbeck?
Yeah, I'm listening.
How about if you wait a week before you hire anybody to see how it works out with Patty providing those services?
Okay. Yeah, I'll try a week and see what happens.
Okay.
Can I do a roll to see if I can short sheet his bed?
What's that exactly? I don't know actually.
So you
Perfect.
double
Getting
up
Patty to show us.
the sheet, so when you go to put your legs down, they only go halfway.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead. Roll a dexterity check.
Starting a war here.
No, we want.
That's not a good idea, Rokus.
You jackasses! Let's go have a
Hold
beer
on.
and something. Just eat your food and drink your drink, and then we're going for a break. I need to go to the bathroom after all of this BS flying around.
Okay.
15 plus 7 stealth.
Yes, mother.
So
15 plus 7, you said?
25 total to
Right.
short sheet his bed.
You
What
did
are
a
you
good.
using? What are you using for your
We want
modifier?
Stealth.
to hire everybody. We need to go for a break. I need to get away from you guys. I need 5 minutes.
All right. Let's take our mid session break now. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay, how's this as a compromise, which I think would still fit my character?
Before you say that, let me tell you, Patty, she is provided by Lord Neverember, who expected that a lord would be staying here, so they prepared that room that is suitable for a lord. It's not like extravagant, but it's nice. And this
Right.
Patty, she doesn't need to serve Rokus and Icy as a valet, so she would only be focused on you in those when you wake
Okay.
up in the morning and stuff. So she doesn't need to divide her time taking care of them as much as you. So I
Okay,
think,
Lord Neverember has set it up so it would be acceptable to a lower lord, correct?
yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then I'm just trying to stay in character. I'm just trying to stay in tune with my character.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think of it in great detail, but I think that what I just said, it makes sense. That yeah, she can take care of you to your satisfaction, I think.
Okay. And then
if you wanted someone to do, stuff for you outside, I think Harold is okay for doing a lot of things.
Also, and in the Druid Tavern, when I wanted something just like an errand or something like that, then the proprietor would send somebody out for a couple coppers. do whatever asked to. I'm assuming that Patty can do that as well.
Yeah, I didn't plan for her to have a gopher or something, but yeah, I think it makes sense. I can say that she has access to some
Yeah,
unskilled workers who can do such things.
yeah. So I'm thinking like when I sent the guy out to get a map.
Yeah, she can do that for you.
There, so, okay. I wouldn't expect her to, but I say for a copper or two, she can have somebody else do it.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Uh,
All right,
is
that'll work.
is Richie back yet? No, not yet.
Doesn't sound like it.
Okay, so now that we're done with that section, I wanted to kind of fast forward to dealing with the bank and the mine.
Okay.
But I guess we should wait for Rokus still.
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
All right.
Okay, so you guys have basically finished up. I just talked to Harvey about the housemaid Patty. She was like brought in by Neverwinter, and she doesn't need to take care of Rokus and Icy, so she's gonna be focused on being his valet. So it'll be up to his standards.
Okay.
So he doesn't need to hire an extra person.
You got him off his high horse.
No, not really. I just explained to him that Patty was capable.
With a name like Patty, of course she is.
Yeah.
The servant.
No.
Wait till you see who's named Harvey in this game.
I thought Harbeck was pretty close.
Yeah, well, we had the guard who helped you take down the vampires named Richard.
That's right.
Now we have a Patty. Eventually, there may be a Harvey somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe scrounging in the sewers or something.
She's
Okay.
talented and efficient.
Yes. Okay, so time passes. You guys hear some rumors as time passes. Just word around town. You hear a couple things. Let's see. I wrote down just a couple little things. Someone said that the king of Thay, Chakri Sathan, is actually an undead lich. So people.
He smokes, that's a mouthful. Say that with marbles.
I will paste it.
Yeah,
this stuff into the
Thank you.
Discord. Someone else says that ATC is creating mana gem powered vehicles, which you guys already know. And someone else says Lord Neverember is actually a vampire.
Lord Neverember?
Yeah. One night at a bar, someone says that.
I think we've been outside with him, haven't
Yes, Harvick has seen him in the sun, eating his brunch.
we? Yeah. So I think we can.
Yeah, but I'd like to find out who's spreading that rumor.
Just some
don't.
guy in the bar.
Well,
You spend your downtime trying to find out.
Okay, so at some point, you guys travel to Phandelver, and within these couple weeks till spring, you travel to Phandelver and meet with the Rockseeker brothers, and the Many Coins Bank has sent some representatives to assess the mine, and there's also the workers from the Glowing Anvil, the wizard, and the blacksmith. So during the 30 weeks that you guys spent, Anita Greywind was successful and was able to restore the Forge of Spells. So it's able to create magic weapons again. Oystein, Irontooth, and Anita Greywind make a deal with the Rockseeker brothers to partner up for the production of the glowing anvil weapons. They are to be forged there and sold in Neverwinter. Oystein's brother, Floki, will run the shop in Neverwinter while they are working in the forge in Phandelver. Profit for these magic weapons will be shared between them. The Rockseeker brothers getting 30% of the profit. So they let you know.
Have a 10%.
What's that?
We have a 10% stake in it.
You have a 10% stake in what the Rockseekers earn.
Oh.
Okay, so so out of game, this kind of level of magic item would be like a +2, basically. So a +2 sword would take a year of work to forge, and costs about 6,000 gold to buy. A +2 armor would take 10 years to make and cost 60,000 gold.
Jeez.
Their first project is gonna be a sword. So in the next year, they're gonna forge a sword there, and probably work on other things as well. But the Rockseekers' projected profits, they have 1 year of a +2 weapon, which means that they would get 1,800 gold for that, and mining ore, they project that they can get 1,000 gold in a year.
So we'll get 100.
So a 10% share of those two together. Now he's including you with the weapon profit too.
Okay.
So you're getting 10% of the Rockseekers' profits.
That would be 280 bucks.
Yeah, 280 gold for you guys for the party, and they earn 2,520. Just for reference, if someone were to stay at the Driftwood Tavern for a year, that would cost around 1,000 gold. So it's a relatively good profit.
Okay, so
the
we'd
many
be getting
coins,
what?
the many coins bank, they are assessing all this stuff, and they have considered your request for a loan. They say that looking at your current earnings on your adventuring, which is quite high, a lot higher than your 10% on the mine, that you have around 4,000 gold that you've earned. They're willing to give you a loan of 4,000 gold at a 10% interest per season. So after a year, that would be 5,600 gold that you'd have to repay. They say that you guys are a kind of a high risk investment. They're not sure how much you can earn. You're earning quite a lot, but it depends on how many jobs that you can get that give rewards, and how many monsters and such things there are to slay, and that it's very likely that you guys will die in the process and not be able to repay your loan. So that's what they are offering, a 4,000 gold loan.
We have 4,000 now, right?
About. You have less than.
Okay. Okay, the bank. I haven't totally done the bank yet. We had some other stuff coming in. But without what we've done today, go back and find it. Not what we've done today in the bank. We have 816 coppers, 1,392 silver, 104 electrum, 3,468 gold, and 10 platinum. So that brings us a little over 4,000, I think, if we add it all up in gold for gold.
Oh, I guess so. If you add it up.
But we have some other stuff. I haven't done anything for today. We did some stuff today too.
Yeah.
And I've got quite a bit of money in my account as well.
You mean on your person?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, they don't think you'd be able to pay a 10,000 gold
Right,
loan
right.
at 10% interest. They don't think that's possible. You'd have to, based on your current earnings, it would take you about 35 years, and they're not expecting you to live that long.
I wouldn't lend him any money either.
Yeah. Well, that'll give us 4,000 more. Let's put a hold on that, but we know we can get it if we need it.
Okay.
See if there's something that really expensive that we want.
Okay. And it's possible that you might earn a lot of money doing something or find money. So
Yeah.
you might not need a loan. But
Right.
that
Well, we'll
was
see.
their offer.
Well, I'm talking to the other two at this point. I'm thinking put it on hold right now.
Yeah.
How about Icy? What do you think?
Yeah, put it on hold. And can I still make like 94 gold every 10 weeks for my sassy swill?
No, because you're not gonna be. I mean, you can only really do that during downtime segments. When we're doing adventuring, you're too busy. You can't be overseeing the production and all that while you are in a dungeon or something like that.
Could you be?
We could do
What about
rolls.
selling?
We could do rolls like later on, to see. Maybe they'll give you a cut on what you're selling. They're selling your recipe if you want. You haven't really specified if you want to like kind of sell your recipe to them or anything like that.
Yeah, I
No.
was going to suggest that.
Thinking that the storage room down the basement, it could be brewing, and then because we're away, maybe Patty could have it bottled and sold.
She's got enough to do.
Yeah, she's not doing
She
that.
doesn't. Yeah, she has lots to do when we're there, but when we're not.
I don't. She doesn't know anything about that, so she's not skilled. She doesn't have proficiency in brewer's tools, so she can't help you with that.
Okay, fine.
Unless you want to sell the rest. Unless you want to sell the recipe.
For what? 10,000 gold?
I don't know. Go to the Bard's Tale and find out. You're the. I'm just saying you can sell it. I'll give you permission to sell my recipes as well. That's up to you.
Okay. Well, we can't do that right now because we're in Waterdeep, aren't we? Or no, we're in Phandelver.
No.
Oh, we're in Neverwinter.
You took a trip to Phandelver.
Yeah.
And we're just going over this. I'm trying to go through it quickly. So that we can go back to actually do something. But can we just progress now? You guys not taking a loan, and you figured out how much you'll earn, but that'll be a year from now.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys went to Phandelver. While you were in Phandelver, you meet with the Lord there.
I don't remember who was there.
So they've established a new Lord.
Okay.
He wasn't there when you guys originally were
I think
there.
we should relay the information about the ATC being interested in the mine and suggest that they have security.
Okay, the town itself is under protection of the Lord's Alliance.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys can let the Rock Seekers know that you guys don't. Is that what you want to do? Just let them know like you don't think they should be doing business with them.
Yes.
Yeah, that the ATCs, we have good reason to believe that they're up to no good on several levels.
Okay.
And
Yeah, they trust you wholeheartedly, so you saved their lives and brought. If it wasn't for you, they'd be dead, and they definitely wouldn't have a successful mine. So they have no problem listening to you on that.
cool. So just be aware that the ATC has designs on the mine, and that they're up to no good.
Okay. So you meet with Leaf Alabaster, the Lord. He's a dwarf who Linnea set up. Had kind of suggested that he take over. So he's friendly with you guys. He has actually provided Linnea with a guild hall that they have constructed over the fall and winter, and she started her own monster hunting guild, which is called the Slayers. So she's got a place there. So you guys meet with her while you're there. Just say hi. You meet with the Lord to, just to be polite, basically. While
His
you're
name's Leaf.
Leaf Alabaster, and you also notice that the town master is no longer. What was his name? It was
That guy.
Yeah. What was his name? I forgot.
We wanted to oust him, but he said he would behave.
Yeah. So Harbin Wester.
Yeah.
You find out that he's actually started a little bank in Phandelver to serve the townspeople, called the Bank of Phandelver. And the town master now, who's dealing with the day-to-day things, is Trilena Stonehill, the wife of the guy who runs the Stonehill Inn. She's been elected as the new town master. Just some minor things. Stuff has changed. As you walk around town, you notice there's a few new buildings and things. Looks like people are moving into town. It's doing well, successful. Getting more residents.
Okay, now who's in charge of the Bank of Phandelver?
Harbin Wester. But it's a very small bank. You guys can tell it wouldn't be of any use to you. It's just for the townspeople. They don't have any magic credit cards.
And our
They would not accept our magic credit card.
No, they have no way to do anything like that.
So I was okay. If we go to the that fair that the ATC is setting up, if we went to that, would they accept the credit cards there?
You don't know. I think you would expect that in Waterdeep that they should have a mini coins bank, but you wouldn't expect to see it outside of major cities.
Okay, but that would be a major city.
Yeah.
Okay.
Waterdeep's bigger than Neverwinter.
Okay. Now, would small towns accept letters of credit?
I don't think they would in normal situations. If you made a name for yourself, maybe they would trust you more or something. But I don't think you'd have many small towns willing to just give you money for nothing.
What do you want money for?
Uh,
What do you
oh,
want?
I'm thinking about when we go to there's a good chance we're probably going to go to that market fair thing that the ATC is putting on.
Yeah.
Okay, we might want to be able to buy something. I don't want to sit there and find out we're going to buy something, then it turns out that we can't use our credit card and we can't set up a letter of credit with banks.
My suggestion is that you have a magic bag that can carry a lot of weight that
Well,
you
that's
can
what
put
I'm
things
asking.
in.
Yes, yes.
And if you
Okay.
guys are gonna
I
go
know
out on adventures, you're not gonna find banks, and that you
that.
probably should
Oh,
bring some money with you. That's just
okay.
a God. Harbeck hears a little whisper in his
Okay.
ear from God.
Okay. Okay.
And I have quite a bit of currency on me.
Well, yeah, but if we lose the bag, we've lost all our money too. If that's the sort of thing I was going at here. So, okay. God has answered my question, so let's go on.
Okay, so you travel back from Phandalin to Neverwinter within those 2 weeks, and you guys I guess you're kind of winding up your jobs. You don't really need to do it. Do you want to roll to see if you can make any money? I'll let you do that.
Who?
I
Who's
rolled a,
rolling?
I rolled a 16.
Okay, that was your ranger thing, right? So
Yeah.
16 plus what?
Um.
It was your survival.
Oh, survival plus 6. So that would be 22.
Okay, you can roll two D100s.
78 and 97.
What the hell? Well, on the way back from Phandalin, you run into like a pack of bears and kill them all and skin them and sell their hides. So, how much total was that?
78 and 97, whatever that comes to.
Yeah. So yeah, during the next 2 weeks, you did a bunch of ranger work, and managed to make a big profit again somehow. I did not expect that.
That's 175.
Harbeck, go
Um,
ahead and roll with your athletics.
I'll continue my training this time again.
Yeah, go ahead and
We do a
just
little bit
roll.
better.
This is only profit, so
Right.
just to see if you're lucky.
Not very. 2 plus 8 is 10.
Yeah, so you don't make it. You don't really make any profit there.
Okay.
And then I see yours was a +4, I think. So let's see how you do with your sassy swill.
Could be under medicine. 13
No.
plus 4 is 13 plus 4 is 17.
Okay, that's not enough for a profit, but it's a good one. So you wrap up your job there, and you finished selling off everything you've brewed. Would you like to do any negotiation on selling your recipes, or just hold off until your next downtime? Because if you sell it off, then they can just make it without you.
You
I think
might
I will.
want you might want to try to set somebody else up. Invest in equipment and set it up for somebody to be brewing and bottling and distributing.
Thinking of the two young kids, if I could sort of
Yeah.
teach them, that way they'd have a way of making money.
Yeah, but you have to do that in the next downtime.
Yeah,
If you did that,
we can't really have you do that in 2 weeks and a couple days. That's a big
that's not a
operation.
bad.
You'd need at
Have
least
another
10 you'd
downtime
need
though.
at
That's
least
something to keep
10
in
weeks
mind.
to teach them how to use the brewer's tools.
Yeah.
Training takes 10 weeks, and you'd have to spend another 250 gold. on training.
Okay,
Then that would actually be 500 gold because you have to train 2 people.
we can
Yeah.
talk about it if we have another downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I specifically said, do you want to sell it off or
Right.
not set up a whole business? So yeah, would you like to sell off your recipe, or you want to save it so you can have exclusive stuff you can do next time you have downtime?
Might as well
On to it.
Yeah, hold on to it.
It's a special family recipe.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, the time passes. Rokus is able to finish learning Sylvan, so we'll add that to your sheet.
Skills?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I need to get to Torley to talk to our little pixie.
Yeah, you could do that in the future. But so the ATC Expo is coming up, and Blizzard has a meeting. They're suggesting that the agents oversee the expo. They're suspicious and concerned about possible the ATC being up to no good. So they said they think everybody should be at the expo watching, making sure nothing weird goes on. See if you can learn anything.
Everybody being us three, or everybody being everybody at the meeting?
Basically, let's see. Yeah, I think pretty much all the representatives and agents can be there.
Okay.
We
All
could-
right. Has Faxina come back yet?
Not. She hasn't checked in yet. So Aaron's expecting her soon, but he hasn't heard from her yet.
Okay. So now, who is advocating that we go to the expo?
The chairman, Lucas.
Okay, and I asked Lucas, does he think we should go there before Faxina gets back?
He says like it's it sounds like they're gonna have an opening ceremony, and she's not back yet, so I think we should be there.
Okay.
Now, Lorgan, is he available to accompany us?
He said everybody.
He's there with you guys.
All the representatives and their agents, they all go, correct?
Yeah, they can.
Okay. And Captain Lucas thinks that that's a good idea for everyone to go.
Yes.
Okay, I will defer to Captain Lucas then. Lucas and IC agree are up for that.
We should split up and go in different directions, so that we have it sort of circled, like somebody at the north part of it, the east and west, and the south side of the expo. So we have eyes in every sort of little corner.
Lucas?
Well, we could split up in groups. You and Harold, Icy and Castilla, and Lorgan and I could be in separate groups to go into the place. That way we would be in pairs and not draw a lot of attention.
Okay, I think I'll go to the east side of the expo.
Okay, Lucas, which way are you going?
He says he wants to watch the opening ceremony.
Okay. I think I would too.
Okay.
The expo takes place on the first day of spring. So you guys wake up in the morning and you head outside the um, south gate, where the high road comes in, near to uh, the former Dumitri's General Store, which is now the Neverwinter General Store, um, now owned by Lord Neverember, and the clerk there is out on the front steps, and you see it's the same guy who was working there before. He waves to you guys, and you see the sign that said "Open day and night" is not there anymore.
Um, I looked in my equipment. I was supposed to have a tent, but I don't see one in there. So,
I think I've got one. Let me check.
Okay, well, we can
Um,
do that afterwards, unless you're gonna go camping right now.
okay.
well, I thought on our way to Waterdeep we'd end up camping, wouldn't we?
It doesn't
Possibly,
matter.
but you're not going to Waterdeep right now, right?
No, we're at the expo. This is the
Oh,
first day
oh,
of
the
spring.
expo's here in
Yeah,
Neverwinter. I'm
yes,
sorry.
just we're it's near the main gate.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm sorry. I thought we were had to go somewhere for it.
Nope,
No,
nope.
we're at the
They
expo.
have brought it to Neverwinter, but Lord Neverember's
Okay.
made them set up outside the city.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Cool.
okay. And as you head out the gate, you see a huge crowd of people. It seems like everyone from the Freeland district have made their way over. There's no. You guys know that the Freeland district doesn't really have any security. You can just pass in and out of it. So, like, pretty much everybody who's normally at the Scar seems to be over here today.
Cool.
So it's extremely crowded. It's like you're at the Scar, basically.
I'm going to tell. I want to. I'm going to tell Pookie to go over into around the scar, see if anything goes along. If anything goes on while everybody's gone there.
Why don't you ask Pookie to see if anybody smells like the person that he saw going in and out that time?
That's a good idea. Yes, he can do that while he's wrangling around.
Okay. I mean, he was at a distance that time, so he just saw him. I don't think we had him roll
Okay.
for smelling, but he could look for him.
Okay.
But
All right. What do I roll?
go ahead and just do his normal perception check.
18 plus 3, 21.
All right.
Cool.
Um, he will eventually uh be able to get a lead on this guy, but as you guys first come out, it's not gonna happen right away. So,
Okay.
you guys,
He'll tell me. He'll tell me when he sees him.
right? He got a
Okay.
21, which is very high.
Okay. Good thinking, Rokas.
Um, okay. So you guys go out and yeah, like I said, it's very very crowded, and then you see that there are tents around. You see a lot of large wooden wheeled uh like carts and things around. They look pretty like standard uh stuff you'd see for transport. But as you start looking around, you actually start seeing um near they have a big stage set up, and nearby um there is actually a it looks like kind of like a carriage, but it doesn't have any wheels, and it's sort of like floating over the ground.
Yeah.
suspended in the air.
Yeah. We know what that is.
It's very sleek looking. It's got some intricately designed metal engravings and stuff on the outside. Looks like something a king would ride in. It's very impressive, and the fact that it's defying gravity is makes it even more impressive. It's just floating there near to the stage. It's surrounded by ATC security, and the ATC security are holding some kind of weird sticks. They have a long shaft and then a curved little bit with a thicker butt and a metal ring with a little curved piece of metal inside, and reminds you of a crossbow, but it doesn't have any arrows. And stuck in the top of it, you see a kind of a gem. And it seems like they're all equipped with these.
They all have one.
Yeah, each of the guards has one. And they also seem to have a dagger on their belt.
Those are going to be what we were hearing about. They're like magic missile throwers.
Possible.
Okay. Go ahead and everybody roll a perception check.
Perception. +6. 24.
Okay.
Okay.
19. 15 plus 4, 19.
5 minus 1, 4.
Okay, 19 for Icy. Rokus, what was yours?
24. 18 plus 6.
And
What
Harvick?
about Pookie?
Pookie
I
had a
have
21. Pookie had his 21 already.
Oh, okay.
What's yours? 4?
Yeah.
4. Okay. Alright. Harvick is marveling at the extremely extravagant floating carriage because of his interest in the finer things in life. He's very interested in what that is. So he's just staring at that. But Ruckus and Icy, you notice as you walk around, you run into your friends from the Scar. You see Droop is there, and Coop, and Bill, and the kids, and some other random people that you've run into before. You see the guy who sells rats on a stick, but he avoids you guys. But there's lots of tents. None of them have opened up yet. People are trying to peek under the tents and get in the doors, and security are pushing people back, and you can tell there's people behind the scenes like getting things ready, but it hasn't opened up yet.
Would this role also cover keeping an eye out for pickpockets and stuff?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I'm also more alert now as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So eventually, you hear some trumpets go off, and you can tell there are some of the ATC workers who are calling everyone to come gather around the main stage. And soon, everyone's I don't know. Are you guys gonna gather around, or what are you guys gonna do? You see a big crowd gathering.
Sure, we're gonna go check it out.
I'm back a little bit and let's just observe from a little bit of a distance because you guys are up close.
Okay.
Is there a platform for the lords and aristocrats? And where's Lord Neverember?
Kind of up against the wall of Neverwinter on the outside of it. There are some bleachers basically set up for the lords, and there's a special booth in the center, and you see Lord Neverember is sitting there in his booth, and there are a couple extra seats around, and he has his household guard there. As the as the as everyone's starting to gather around it, it sounds like they're gonna have their opening ceremony. You see that Lucas Adamos has taken his place up there, guarding Neverember and watching the ceremony as he had said he wanted to do. But there are some places that Harvick believes are probably set aside for the lords. So if he wants to make his way over there, he can find that. Yes. Okay. All right. You get over there and you are greeted, and they guide you to a seat. They ask you if you need any beverages or anything, any services.
I'll stand pat.
Okay. Neverember comes out of his booth and says hello to you.
Oh, my lord.
Lord Harvick.
Hello, my lord.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see you here today. He's giving you a kind of a smile that means like, I knew you were gonna be here.
Okay, well, I just got back from Phandalin, so.
I see. Well, hopefully there's something worthwhile for us to see today.
I certainly hope so. I hate to waste my time.
I agree.
Already saw this cool floating carriage.
Rokus is like down in front of the things shouting up. It's like, is that your companion there?
Unfortunately.
I've heard good things about you. He's talking.
Really?
He's talking down to Rokus. He says, I heard you've served Neverwinter well."
Yes, my bow is at your service.
Well, we
And
appreciate
I bow to him. I show him all the respect I don't show Harbeck.
it. How does Harvick feel? Are you surprised?
No. Harvick expects it.
And Icy, you said you were trying to keep your distance. So the Lord's stands where they're sitting are about maybe 60 feet away from the stage, and then all the commoners and peasantry are kind of down in front. Oh, so you could stand off. Yeah, to the side. You said.
Yeah, on the east side of the stage. That way, I can sort of
Okay, so to the east side, you're kind of between the stage and the way to get to the scar.
That way, I can sort of look around, like do a 180 of the situation.
Okay,
because I'm alert.
Cool. Most of the expo has been set up between the two roads that come out of the south part of Neverwinter. The stage itself is pretty near the high road on the west side. So Icy's kind of staying in the middle there. I'll say you're about 120 feet away.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Good.
All right, cool. So everything seems to be in order. People are kind of waiting for something to happen. and then you hear they have a group of basically a band comes out onto the stage, and they start playing a kind of a march song. And I yeah, I don't think you guys have heard it before, but it seems like a few people recognize it. Um, and then it's in the middle of the song playing. Let's see. Um, Rokus and Icy, you guys notice it before a lot of other people, but off in the distance, in the air, a little speck comes into view and is coming towards the stage. And as it approaches, it seems to be some kind of flying vehicle. And everyone, once it gets close enough for everyone to notice, everyone starts gasping in surprise. Some people scream in terror, and they see this metal craft fly through the air. It does a a circle around the expo, and it even does a loop-de-loop and a barrel roll in the air before it stops in the above the stage, and it slows down and just hovers in the air silently, and it slowly lowers down, and the sides of the vehicle open up, and the MC on stage says, "And now, let's welcome Vice President of the Aglaron Trading Company, Felix Marcellus." And everyone claps. "Oh, wow, it's really him." And out of the vehicle steps a relatively young male human with blonde hair. He's wearing a extremely fancy white suit with some kind of like ascot kind of tie with jewels on it. And he steps out and waves. He gives the little prince wave that they do. And everyone is like amazed. And there's a couple other people step out who you guys don't recognize. People aren't calling them out right away, but Felix gets up to the front of the stage, and you see he's got a lot of people around on the stage and nearby. Let's see who got the Rokus. You notice, you're not sure, but it seems like there's a wizard off to the side who casts a spell, and then you hear Felix's voice booming very loudly, like unnaturally loud, that everyone can hear. He says, "Welcome to the Aglaron Trading Company Expo of 1492. Today we're going to be showing you the newest creations and inventions of the magnificent Aglaron Trading Company. We are introducing a new line of products here today that run on our Magitech secret technology. And we will just demonstrate some of them for you here on the stage. And who better to do it than lead of our arcane R&D, Xanaphia Donadel. And step forward is a female sun elf, and she says, "Thank you, Felix. Today, for all of you, the little people, we have brought our extraordinary products for you to see. There are things that, of course, only the lords and ladies of Neverwinter could possibly afford." And you see her gracefully like point towards the stands and Lord Neverember. And she says, but for the commoner, there are other things that even you may be able to afford and enjoy. So here I will have my assistant demonstrate one of our devices here. And so they bring out this rectangle, and they show you, they turn it around, and it has a gemstone stuck in the back of it. And they say, so this is a mana gem. We have found a way to put the power of our wizard's arcane magic into a safe and easy to use power source. And our Magitech products can use these mana gems to power them. No need for fires or dirty smoke or noisy machines. They all operate silently using our Magitech. And this here is what we would like to call an icebox. And he opens it up, and you can see cold, frigid air pouring forth from this thing. He says, this, as long as it's charged with a mana gem, can keep your food and anything else you would like to keep stored inside icy cold in the top section here, or down in the bottom there is a larger section that could be used for storing food that you'd eat on a daily basis. And it goes on. They bring out a few more products. They have some kind of a thing that you can put food in to heat it up that doesn't use fire. And they have a device that can heat your home. They have a new model of their Magitech lantern, which is a cheaper model, but it works just as well. And they show that it can shine out light even brighter than a fire. And they said this is one of their more affordable products that they think that other people can, the common people here at the show can probably purchase. And then they point out the riding carriage down below. So they said they have a new line of products called auto carriages. This one is called a Solanor model. It's a riding carriage. It can go up to 60 feet per, this is in combat terms, per turn. Yeah. It can go 60 feet. And it has a capacity of 400 pounds. And you see someone's piloting it, and they start driving it around the stage and over towards the high road. And similar to the flying vehicle, it is just like floating over the ground, but it doesn't seem to have the ability to raise and lower, but it always seems to maintain about a foot of distance off of the ground. It has like 4 little rotating balls on the corners of it that seem to move around as it moves, kind of pointing at the ground. And so then they bring it up to full speed as it goes down the high road. They drive it down and back. And then they show off the flying vehicle. They say that this is what we're calling a speed ship. It's one of our airships, and this model is called the Airdrie. Can fly up to 120 feet per turn, and capacity of 200 pounds. It's not as can't carry as many passengers or things like that. It's just a light vehicle. Um, and yeah, they said this one is a prototype model, so this is not in production to be sold, but we're working on creating such things. But of course, they would be extremely expensive. And they say after a bit, let's see, Felix comes back to the front of the stage and says, "That will conclude our opening ceremony. Please enjoy the expo. Look around. We will be opening tents with models of our different products for you guys to take a look at, and please enjoy yourselves today. And remember, if you want to partake in the wonderful technology of the ATC, there's no better place than Waterdeep. So we hope to see you down in our beautiful city whenever you guys find a chance to visit us. And I bid you farewell." So he gets back into the flying vehicle and it takes off and flies away. And everyone else gets off the stage, and you see they start playing the song again from the beginning of the ceremony. And around you, you see a bunch of tents like opening, and workers inside start calling everyone over to check out their products. And that's the end of the main ceremony there.
Did the wizard go off with with Felix?
Um, yeah. So the Felix came in the flying thing. I don't know if I said it correctly, but he should have been alone. The wizard and everyone else would have been on the coming from behind
Right. Yeah.
stage.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you said the wizard was there to amplify his voice. But I said, did the
Oh,
wizard leave with him, or is the
okay.
wizard
There
still
was
there?
the wizard who was off to the side is still around. But
Okay. And
Harvick,
then what?
with your 4 perception, you didn't see where he went.
Okay. Right, what about the head wizard, the one in charge of R&D? Did she leave with the VP?
No, the VP went with. It was just him and the pilot of the flying vehicle.
Okay, so both of those ATC wizards are still at the fair.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. So, Neverwinter comes out of his booth and says, "Well, that was actually quite astonishing. What did you think?"
Yeah.
Um, quite a bit. Did you recognize the song that the band was playing?
That's the yeah, the ATC anthem. Quite
Okay.
an awful tune, I would say. Quite
Oh,
obnoxious.
okay. Can't argue with you there. Are you gonna go look at some of the stuff that he has?
Uh, it pains me to admit, but I am quite interested in the auto carriage.
Can I proceed with you?
Yes. Uh, and he motions to his guard to come along, and you guys are escorted. And yeah, you make your way over to the auto carriage that's on display. And how about Ruckus? What are you doing?
Eh, Uh, I'm going to see if I can find the two wizards and just sort of as covertly as I can keep an eye on them, see what they're doing.
Okay. You had a good perception check earlier, so you're able to see where they went off to. There's kind of they've built a kind of room behind the stage. That's kind of it's basically a tent. but it's kind of it's not easy to see into it or anything. It's kind of connected to the stage, but you can see that they have gone in there.
Okay. Can I find Icy?
Yeah, you can see. She told you where she was going basically, so you know where to find her. And yeah, I
Okay.
see. How about you? What are you doing after that?
Keeping my eye on everything, and maybe I'll go over and have a look at some of the. I'd like to, yeah, go look at some of the stuff that they've got up for sale.
Okay, so you're gonna check out
I,
one of the tents.
yeah,
Okay, cool. So yeah, Harbeck and Neverember get over to the auto carriage, and they recognize you as the important lords that you are, and they make they open up the they have some like a kind of a guardrail around it with the guards, and they open it up for you and let you come inside to get a close look at it. And they say, "Hi, greetings, my lord. Anything you'd like to see here, or have explained?"
Okay, without saying anything, so I guess I'm doing it covertly, but I'd like to, uh, without asking permission, but just sort of looking at those daggers that they have. And in particular, is there a gem
Looking at the
associated?
daggers in their sheaths, they seem, as far as you can tell, they're just standard daggers.
Okay.
So yeah, anything else you want to look at or check out?
Just inspect the carriage the same way everybody else is.
Okay, so yeah, it's quite interesting. It's very well made. You can see it seems like the body of the carriage itself is just made of metal and wood and normal materials. But it's kind of like crafted really well, like a expensive carriage or some kind of furniture. As you look inside, you can see it has like there's like a seating area that kind of looks like a sofa or something that you could sit on. Um,
Is there?
and there's kind of a cockpit with driving controls inside.
Can I inspect the controls?
As you head over, they ask if you'd like to hear an explanation of them.
Yes, I would very much. Thank you.
Okay, and they say like, uh, basically, if you it'll take some practice, but anyone could learn to pilot this. Just has it's kind of locked to a 2D plane of the ground. So basically, you can just use this control stick to move it forward, left or right, or backwards, and it'll the farther you push this stick, the faster it'll go. So you can do it. It can go sideways, or you can use this other. They have a separate control for rotations, and you can have it rotate, and you can have it strafe from side to side either way. So it's pretty uh it can move pretty much in any direction you want, as long as it's not up.
Can you take Lord Neverember and myself for a quick spin?
Sure, that's definitely something we can do. If you are brave enough to step inside, we will happily take you down the road.
Okay, so I'll ask my lord if he would like to accompany us.
He says,
Accompany us.
"Yeah, yeah," and he says, "Okay, it looks like there's just enough room for the two of us in the back here." Uh, sure. I'll take it down the road. Let's see. Lucas is looking at Lord Neverember like with a worried expression, and he kind of just waves his hand like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll be fine." And so he gets in. He says, all right. So Harvick, you coming in there too?"
I'm coming in there and I'm telling Pookie to scout around in the crowd and still look for that guy that Roka suggested he look for.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So the pilot he's kind of talking you through what he's doing with the controls, and he kind of side strafes the auto carriage out, and then goes forward, does a little rotation as it comes towards the road, and then kicks it into full gear, going as as fast as a horse basically, but perfectly smooth. That's the part that surprises you. Is you don't feel it's a weird sensation. You can just feel yourself pushed back into the seat, but there's no bumping or anything that you'd get with a carriage or anything like that. It's like totally,
No noise.
yeah, no noise, totally silent. Um, and yeah, it goes forward and it slows down. He rotates it around and then takes you back down the road and then back over to the uh, display area, and you guys are able to get back out. Says, did you enjoy the ride?
What's the price? Very much so. What's the price?
We still haven't come to the final price, but it would be
Okay.
um he gives you a price range like maybe 20,000 to 50,000, something like that.
Okay.
But he says that it's
Okay.
not totally finished yet, so we'll have them
Right.
for sale in the near future.
Okay.
And never as you guys kind of leave the area there, never embers like, yeah, I don't want to give ATC money, but I think I need one of those. Maybe I wonder if they'll if we can find some way to get some competitors to come over to build something for us.
We'll have to see. That looks interesting.
Okay, and Rokus, are you just staking out the tent?
Well, I was gonna see if I could get Icy to maybe take us up to Neverember's booth where it's private. I was gonna ask her to make me invisible, and I was gonna go snoop on the wizards.
Okay. Okay, so then you'd have to go find Icy if you wanted to ask her something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so you see Icy is near one of the tents. She's looking at the one of the Magitech lanterns.
I say, when you're finished there, if you get a chance, I think you could lend me a hand.
Absolutely. Lead on.
Okay, so you guys are kind of get off to the side so that you can talk without people hearing you. So Rokus, you can say what you wanted.
I wanted to ask you to turn me invisible if we can find a place like the booth, um, Neverember's booth, where you could turn me invisible. I wanted to see if I could snoop on the wizards
Okay. Behind the bleachers.
somewhere.
Yeah.
We're looking for a spot. Do they have porta potties?
um, let's see. Roll a. Investigation check.
14. Investigation
Try 0 for you.
is 0. 14.
And
Okay.
I rolled a 15, and mine is 0 as well, so it's 15 total.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find a place, kind of between two of the tents, sort of behind that there's seems like nobody could see back there. Okay, so you cast invisibility on Rokus. So Rokus, you're invisible.
Do you
All
have
right.
the silent shoes on as well?
Yep. Which
Okay.
gives me advantage for my stealth.
Okay.
Can I roll stealth to go
Yeah.
snoop?
Yeah.
Okay. 13 plus 7, 23.
23. Okay. So yeah, you're able to infiltrate the wizard's tent behind the stage. And you see Xenophia in there. And she's got her feet up on a kind of a desk. She's sitting on a chair and she's smoking a cigar that she lights with her finger. She puts her finger out and a flame pops out and she lights the cigar. She starts puffing on it. She says, "Oh, I can't believe I agreed to come here amongst these dreadful peasants." The other wizard says, "Yes, yes, my lady. Uh, hopefully we will get back to Waterdeep as soon as possible." Says, "Yes, I do hope so. I want to get back to my work." Uh, and so she kind of just makes small talk for a bit and complains mostly about that she doesn't really want to be there. She does mention, I can't wait to get back to my adorable pets." And the other wizard looks a little bit uncomfortable and says, "Yeah, but that's about all they say about that."
Okay, is there anything around that looks useful or different, or any papers or items sitting around?
They have the stuff that they brought out on stage is there. So there's the ice box and the heater and an oven and a Magitech lantern that are around. But most of the stuff, it just looks like, stuff for the presentation. So you see the in a kind of um there's a separate area. There's like a couple tents kind of joined together. So as you like peek into the other part, you can see there's like a place where the band has all their instruments now, and they're kind of like um, taking a rest, and some of the other workers are around in another section there.
Okay, well, I'm just going to hang out until I'm getting down to about 15 minutes before my invisibility wears off.
Okay, so it hasn't taken long. You've only been there for about 10 minutes, but
Uh-huh.
suddenly everyone, Harbeck, Icy, Ruckus, y'all hear something. No one, even if you roll a 1 on perception, you would hear this. There is a great explosion. Boom! That goes off from somewhere in the center, uh, more to the east of the expo, towards the Scar area. And right afterwards, you see Harvick and Icy, who are outside, you see a big plume of dust going off into the air, and you hear people start screaming and shouting and crying. And Icy, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
What direction
So
is
what?
this in?
I said it's to the east, near the eastern gate, but still within the expo area.
Within the expo area. Okay.
Yes, within
So
the
it's
expo.
it's outside the city.
Yeah, also outside the city.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure that the children are safe and try and find out where the explosion exactly happened. If it was in one of the tents or on the fringe, I'm just gonna go gather information, go looking for any clues I can find.
Okay, so you're running towards the explosion site. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Harvick, how about you?
Don't want to fight the crowd. I'm gonna go toward it. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna go running.
you see the crowd, like some people are trying to get over there to see what happened, and other people are scared and run in the opposite direction. So it's a pretty big mess at first.
I'm gonna go toward it, but like I said, I'm not gonna fight anybody to get to it as best as
Okay.
possible or
You
anything.
kind of stick to you're kind of off on the edge already, and then you're kind of sticking to the side as you kind of slowly walk in that direction. Um, Neverember, he motions for the rest of his household guard to go check it out. And you guys see some of the Neverwinter guard is rushing over towards the explosion. Ruckus, you're inside the tent invisible. You hear this big boom. What do you do?
I look to see what sort of reaction I get from Xanathia and the wizard.
Okay,
Are they
do
are they are they startled by it, or do they seem to be expecting it?
do an insight check.
Ooh, 16. Insight +6. 22.
Okay, you think it's from your observation. It seems like the everybody is shocked and worried except for Xenophia, who's kind of just didn't react very much and is still smoking.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep an eye on those two, see what they do.
Okay, so I see you have rushed over, and you actually see something shocking, which is the blast seems to have caught Bill the cheesemaker, and it looks like he was with Tika and Geo, and he actually sheltered them from the explosion, and he's laying on the ground with some kind of shrapnel or something stuck in his back. And Tika and Geo are poking at him, like kind of like pulling his hand, saying, "Bill, Bill, are you okay? Bill." And then
So,
Bill starts to stand up, and you see his flesh start boiling and bubbling, and his eyes roll back white, and he stands up, and the first thing that comes to your mind is he looks like an undead. And that's where we're gonna stop the session for today.
we'll work
Okay.
on them. Oh shucks, I was gonna use cure wounds. Darn.
All right,
Okay.
I got you guys on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. I don't want Bill to be undead. I like his cheese.
All right.
I
Well,
really like cheese.
next time we're gonna
You're the healer.
Yeah.
yeah. Next time we'll start off with Icy. You're the only one around this explosion area. So we'll see what happens.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Ian.
Ian.
Thanks for all your hard work. Much appreciated.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. See you guys next time.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye bye.
Thank you.